Hello, I'm Scarlett Johnson, and I'm testifying in support of SB 962. I'm honored to represent not only myself, but countless Wisconsin parents who could not be here today and who enthusiastically support this parental rights legislation. The message that parents don't have primacy over their children's education has been prevalent for years. Parents just didn't know it. As early as July 2020, expecting our elected board members to welcome our input with fairness and concern and open arms, parents went to board meetings in record numbers, many for the very first time, and poured out their hearts, literally begging on behalf of their children. But no one listened. It felt like no one cared. With tragedy came triumph. As it turns out, playing politics with our children over the pandemic was the bridge too far. In grief and frustration, parents everywhere united together in a noble cause. And while over a year of community engagement and activism on behalf of kids has produced many positive results, there is still much more work to be done. We must put in place legislation that affirms the role of parents in their child's education so that Wisconsin families can exercise their rights to the fullest extent possible. Platitudes will no longer satiate our need for respect and inclusion, and this is a good thing. For example, I believe the dramatic surge in parental involvement is instrumental to the implementation of far more aggressive academic recovery plans than would otherwise be put in place, because parents are deeply concerned about learning loss and the impact it will have on their child's future. I continue to be very surprised that partnership with parents is considered controversial. Their involvement should be welcome. It's ideal. Considering the considerable learning deficits that must be addressed, it's necessary. Teachers, parents, administrations need to work together in order to overcome all that has been lost over the last 2 years. I am optimistic for the future, but continued success will require needed change. The last time I testified, Representative Lee Snodgrass said the quiet part out loud. The only thing shocking about her statement was that it was made public. Mama Bears in Wisconsin already knew that too many in power in this state held the uncharitable view that public school parents do not have a say in their child's education. And now you know. My entire testimony today can be distilled to this simple statement, and I'm making this to every school board and administration in every district in Wisconsin. Parents always have a say in their child's education. All parents of all income levels, whether they can afford a private school or not. The power over public schools will no longer be held by a select few who have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo, with little to no influence of parents who are in charge of their school children. We are awake now. We've seen behind the curtain. We understand school district policies better, many of which we never knew before. We are beginning to understand the structures, who holds authority, and what types of authority within the educational system. I think that's vital, and it's been lacking for too long. Now parents feel qualified and equipped to learn more, and they are willing to work and serve their communities. This should be celebrated. Instead, these parents face constant obstacles and resistance from those working so hard to protect their turf. Today, parents are sending a clear message. We do not co-parent with our school districts. We want to be partners with teachers and school administrators. Obfuscation is no longer an option. Parents sincerely care about their child's education and their experiences while in school. No one cares more about a child than their mom. This bill will help Wisconsin parents take back power from the public school establishment, ultimately empowering parents and improving outcomes for children. This legislation provides the opportunity for you to affirm the authority that should naturally exist between parent, child, and schools. In the end, we all know that when it comes to raising children, parents and families are better than government.